Hello and welcome back. If you're new to the channel and you want to not only perplex up your Heroclix IQ, but also outwit the competition, make sure to Hulk smash that subscribe button and also the bell notification so that you can be sure to not miss anything. So today is going to be a pretty brief Heroclix Live. Normally these take, upwards, 45 minutes or so, but not too much to talk about today. We're going to do a drawing for the Patreon patron November giveaway. So if you want to get on that, check the description below, and you'll see my Patreon page. Click on that, and for as little as $1, you can get in on these giveaways. And then if you feel like spending a little more, helping the channel out, and also getting yourself some cool stuff, that'd be great too. Tons of cool stuff. If you guys have any questions, I try to make myself available for you guys for that. And then we're going to talk about the team I was going to run for the ROC qualifier yesterday at Heroes and Games in Columbus, Ohio. And just because of how things were working out, it just ended up not happening. It was not meant to be, not in the cards. But hopefully I'll be able to get there next time. So sorry, J Major. I'll have to play the Shredders another day. But I had a good team, and I want to talk about it, and we'll maybe discuss in the comments how we think it would have done. I saw a couple teams there that would have given my team a hard time, but we'll discuss that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the Patreon patron giveaway, and this month, last month I did a Super Nintendo Classic system giveaway. The SNES Classic Edition. That was really cool, and hopefully, the more Patreon patrons we get, the more of those super cool giveaways I can do. But what I have to do right now, since I don't have too many, is sort of let the funds accumulate and then pay for it, because sadly I'm not made of money. Otherwise I'd give away cool stuff every month. But this month we're doing a set of Mr. Clicksflix custom dice right there, if the camera will ever focus on it. But anyway, those are pretty cool. Got those from Chessex. And then a set of 6 custom action tokens from Mr. Clicksflix. They're eat, sleep, click, and then on the back there's push. So it's actually sort of like getting 12 tokens if you flip them over. And then you get that push, so you get a set of 6 of those, which are really nice, and the custom dice. So we're going to go ahead and do the drawing. We just got names in the trusty Halloween bucket because I couldn't come up with a better system. So we're going to go ahead and take a look up high, and we're going to go ahead and get a draw. I think I got one. Yeah, I got one. And we got Mike Croner is our November Patreon patron giveaway. So there he is. So go ahead and send me a message on Patreon, and I'll make sure to get at you on Patreon. And we will discuss how I'm going to get those mailed to you. Again, no cost to you, just as a thank you for being a part of the Mr. Clicksflix fold. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the team I was going to run at this qualifier. And I'd been wanting to run this team for like 2 months, month and a half, ever since I saw Lashina from not Joker's Wild. Why do I keep wanting to say Joker's Wild? Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Girls. And the team focuses around 2 main figures: Beta Ray Bill at 125 points with Stormbreaker. You get the Stormbreaker for free, otherwise it'd be 10 points. Lashina from Harley Quinn, and she's 75 points. So the main idea with those 2 figures is outside of 4 squares, if you start your turn outside of 4 squares of the figures adjacent to Beta Ray Bill, they can't target figures that are adjacent to Bill. And then once you're inside of 4 squares, Lashina's giant plasticity will catch you. It's called the special power, or actually it's a trait. It says, where do you think you're going? Plasticity, giant, reach 3. Opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire. Treat Lashina as adjacent when moving. So that was really important. So once you got inside of 3 squares, you had to stop, and you were only going to be able to make a close attack anyway. So I really liked that combo for stopping a Unimind, because if it was Unimind himself and he picked hypersonic speed, he was going to have to try to make a close attack. So when he'd come in closer to 3, he'd have to stop because of plasticity. If he was outside of 4, Beta Ray Bill would shut off his ranged attack. And then if for some reason somebody was running a Icarus on their Unimind and they picked charge, same thing, they were going to have to stop when they were within 4, when they were within 3, because of the plasticity. And then, you know, I was going to be able to, you know, stick and move. And so that was basically the crux of what I was planning on doing. Shredder, same thing. The party bus was going to carry him around, as Jay likes to call him. And then the party bus was going to have to stop at 3 and be able to set them at 2, at which point they'd be 1 square away. Now, you know, Claw Shredder kind of messes that up a little bit with his ability to attack from 2 away. But, you know, with him having to just set them down adjacent, you know, with outside of 1, he wasn't going to be able to attack. They could have tried to sidestep in, but they needed a 6. And I had a reroll with Beta Ray Bill because you can still reroll breakaways. So I felt pretty good about it. I really liked that. The only thing that was really going to stop this kind of a combo was Colossal Figures and something with phasing where you could phase and then move. As far as I could come up with at the time, the only things that were really going to work were if somebody was going to run Mangog at like 150 points, that was going to be an issue. And then it turned out PJ Berlin ran a team that really would have given me trouble, where he had dual Al Jordans. So if he would have picked like Hypersonic and then Giant, that would have messed with the plasticity. So I would have had to figure out. I don't know that I would have auto lost to that, but it would have been hard for me to win. Just because since I'm taking Beta Ray Bill at the 125 points instead of the 225, he's got some juice, but he doesn't have a lot of juice. So and that was the core of the team. And then the last 100 points I'd been struggling with for ever since I came up with this team. It started off to where I was trying to keep points off the board, and what I really wanted to do with this team is just get a hold of a Unimind team, KO the 1 or 2 Carnages that they had on their team, and then just make it so, okay, you can't attack me realistically. So as long as I keep my token count correct, if I can just, you know, take my 11 attack Beta Ray Bill on your 16 defense Carnage, and I can hit that with a reroll, then I'm good. So I was like, okay, well, I need Force Blast to try to keep people away, and I need Sidestep so I don't have to waste an action to get there with Force Blast. So what I ended up doing was I picked 25-point Penguin from the Joker's Wild Fast Forces to give +1 to attack, +1 to range to somebody, plus he has Force Blast. I picked Superman Blue because there was the chance at getting around this team with Pulse Wave. And Jakeem Thunder, while not super popular right now, is still a thing. So it'd be easy for him to pick Running Shot Pulse Wave. And it was ruled on when that Pulse Wave gets around this team. Gets around Beta Ray Bill's special. So Superman Blue at 50 points makes it so that friendly characters adjacent to Superman Blue don't take damage from Pulse Wave. So I was like, okay, Jakeem, you can target me with Pulse Wave. That's fine. It's not going to do anything. And then other than that, there's nothing you can do to me. And then I had a Supreme Intelligence. Originally, I was planning on putting him on Penguin at 25 points until I remembered that you had to be 50 points or more to have Supreme Intelligence. So I was like, I'll just switch and put him on Superman Blue. He has Force Blast, so this gives him Sidestep also. Same thing. And then I think I had 1 or 2 ID cards to make it the 500 or 300 points. And that was okay, not great. I was like, you know, my dice rolls historically are just bad. So I was like, what's a way to maybe get around this? And I was like, trying to save actions, save actions. So then I thought of Red Tornado, the Wonders of the World. I think she's an uncommon where she has free action Force Blast and a sidestep. And I was like, okay, well, if I can get her with Lashina and Beta Ray Bill to sorry, I was reading what Jay wrote. If I can get Lashina and Bill close to a Colossal, and then use Red Tornado, just free action roll that Force Blast. If they're not able to be knocked back by Force Blast, then they take 1 penetrating. So I can roll a die, any result will KO the Colossal, and then I'm winning by 10, 15, 20 points to 0. A win's a win. This is still, to me, a point denial meta. And so if I could deny points while just getting 10 or 15 points, it was going to be a win. And then if I played against a Shredder team, I was just going to try to KO the party boss as fast as I could, and then after that there wasn't anything the Shredders could do to me. And then sorry, the last team that I came up with for this, which was going to be the finalized version that I was going to take, I ended up scrapping Red Tornado in favor of Peggy Carter Prime from Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because she has her special on her attack or on her damage, which is a Saboteur. At the beginning of your turn, choose a standard power or team ability. Opposing characters within 3 squares of Peggy Carter can't use it until your next turn. So this was ruled a burst effect and instead of an Aurora effect. So I was like, okay, with this team and Lashina, it being a burst effect wasn't really a problem, because let's say I was playing against a Shredder team and they were coming in, all I had to do was say, they had to stop when they got within the 3, and then burst effect with Peggy Carter because they're within 3, and I'm like, okay, can't use Blade Claw's Fangs, can't use sidestep, whatever it was I wanted to outwit. Well, it wasn't outwit, it's can't use. So this will work on Power Cosmic too. So if for some reason Unimind was stupid enough to use Perplex, even if he wasn't, but if he came in, I could tell him that he can't use the power for the next turn, which is pretty cool, even though he gets it back as soon as it's his turn because he gets Power Cosmic back. Sorry guys, I'm fighting off a cold here for all I'm worth. But she has Shield Team ability, which brought a little something extra to my team. Running Shot, Energy Explosion. I felt like she was a good choice all around. And I practiced this with Mike from the Alpha Strike. He's on there sometimes, and he helped me hammer out what I was doing with this last 100 points because I was kind of floundering on it. So shout out to Mike on that one. And so then what I ended up doing, because I didn't want to use a Colossal because I'm trying to deny points here, and I feel like if I put that out there, I was giving up an easy 10, 15 points. Same thing with objects. I didn't want to put an object out there that was going to get destroyed. They were going to get the points for it. So I was like, okay, going to go the round table route then. Or not round table, the teleporter. So I picked Superman ID card, which was going to give everybody on my team invincible because I have, other than Beta Ray Bill, everybody was a little squishy, so it gives them invincible. Plus, I had Superman Blue at 50 points on this. So if I did run into the errant Jakeem team, I could call them in, give myself Pulse Wave protection for a turn. Hopefully, Pwn as Jakeem. And then not need it again, because once I burn it, I burn it. So that was in there as defense. And for that, the other ID card I had was Red Tornado. And again, I had the 95-point Wonders of the World Red Tornado for the free action Force Blast to deal 1 penetrating, 2 Colossal, try to get it off the field. Plus, she gives you an Outwit. She gives you a TK. She brought a lot to the field. I was really, really excited to have her on the team. Then I had a Shield level 7 with Nick Fury, just in case things went sideways. I had a big gun on the team. Spider-Man ID, which brought Super Senses. you know, in case I wanted to throw the teleporter on Bill, although Lashina's who was going to have the teleporter most of the time in my mind, if things were going well, so she wasn't going to get use out of a second Super Senses. But the Super Senses, and then Cosmic Spider-Man at 75 points, Lashina could call in. Then I had the Colossus ID card for Impervious. This is a very defensive-minded round table here. And I was going to use the 50-point UXM Colossus with Charge, Super Strength, and I think he has an 18 defense with Invincible. So for 50 points, I was like calling with Peggy Carter, give everybody Impervious, have just a meat shield there. Then, as the last ID card, I was kind of wishy-washy on what to use as my last ID card. I ended up settling on Venom for Shape Change to give Lashina or whoever it was Shape Change. And I was going to use the Civil War Venom, where he has that flurry, so he could do 6 damage with an 11 attack. I thought it was a pretty cute idea. And then the last thing I had was the Invisible Jet as a terrain dial. And I was going to use that. I have 2 of the premium maps. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. But they have bridges on them. So I was going to use this to block it off. And then if I faced a Shredder team, I could hop on either side. But the more I think about it, the more I think I'd get rid of the Invisible Jet in favor of the boxing ring. And just sort of post up in the boxing ring with this team and say, okay, come in here. If you're going to somehow try to shoot me from outside the ring, you get -2. If you come into the ring, you know, then it's going to be my game at that point. Just moving in and out, because they have to stop when they get in the boxing ring. And if I do it right where they're outside of the 4, then they're going to have to stop again when they're in Lashina. It would have been a lot to slog through. And the 5 points, again, it's not on the field, so it's hard for them to get those. So that's why this was on here. So what do you guys think? You know, in the comments or the live chat or whatever. What would you guys do with the extra 100 points for this team to make it better? You know, because Beta Ray Bill and Lashina are definitely on this team. But what would you do with that other 100 points? Because there was a lot of stuff to do. And then, you know, we have 300 point limited and 400 point limited coming up for ROC. And I think this would be a solid team for that. Again, if we see a bunch of Al Jordans show up, going to be an issue because he ignores, well, he can make himself giant, which would ignore the plasticity. Same thing if you run into a big Mangog, but if somebody's running a 375 point Unimind or a 270 Unimind, best they can hope for is a roll-off if you're not able to pick them apart. Shredders, I liked it against it. Playtesting, I was 50% versus Shredders, which wasn't bad. I thought it was better than Unimind against Shredders. So, but other than that, guys, that's everything that's going on. If you're watching this and you already made it to this part, and you want to support the channel, you like what you see, check the links. There's the Patreon page that we already talked about. There's a Amazon affiliate link in there. Doesn't raise the price to you for anything. You just click it. Gives you a cookie so that anything you buy in the next 24 hours from Amazon, I get a commission for it. Holidays are coming up, so if you're planning on buying something anyway for that, it would be very appreciated if you help support the channel. Because again, this stuff all comes back in giveaways and stuff like that. I tend to not keep too much, other than you know, just to, you know, maybe help pay for unboxings, stuff like that. And other than that, keep a lookout in the description of future videos, because I did get approved for the Amazon Video Influencers program, so it's going to kind of give me like a little Amazon store. So there's going to be more things in there than just the one thing for the affiliate link, which is going to be cool for you guys. And again, I don't actually have any of the stuff like on my person that I ship to you. It's all Amazon stuff, but just cool in case you wanted to see more maps or something like that. But let's see here, what do we got going on? No super chats yet, which is perfectly fine, but to let you guys know what a super chat is, some of you might notice that little $sign in the comment. And it's, if you like what we're talking about, or you like something, you can click on it and throw me $1 or $2, and I'll make sure to answer whatever your question is for that. Give you a little bit of special treatment. Again, not necessary. I've been doing this for free since early 2013, or late 2013, early 2014. I've been doing it for free since then. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.